Hey guys, for this month's Disney Rewind, we decided to do something different and we're going to be talking about the video game Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, which we have just played on the PlayStation 3. Like I just said, we wanted to do something different for this month's Disney Rewind. Don't worry, we will be going back to our normal programming next month with the Jungle Book, so stay tuned. But yeah, we really just wanted to talk about the very first Kingdom Hearts, which we played way back when it was first released. But we recently just purchased these new remix editions, so yeah, why not talk about them? So yeah, a very quick summary of what Kingdom Hearts is even about. It's about a young boy named Sora who is living a relatively boring life on this island with his two best friends, Riku and Kairi. And one day, he is destined to wield the Keyblade, and the Keyblade gives him all sorts of special powers and magical abilities, and it's up to him to save all the various different realms where he encounters Disney and Final Fantasy characters. We are big Kingdom Hearts fans. Don't know about you guys. Have any of you played this video game? Have you ever had any interest in it?
I am the one who actually plays the games. She just sits there and watches.
I'm not a very good video game player. I just like to watch people play video games. I'm like the backseat driver. Like, if she's doing something stupid, I'm back there like, no, you have to do this, you have to do that, no.
And I don't do nothing stupid when I'm playing a video game.
We're just going to kind of dive into some randomness. This video may be a bit chaotic and all over the place, so excuse that. We didn't really feel the need to make any sort of notes. So yeah, we're not following our traditional Disney Rewind format. So I guess just to talk about overall thoughts and feelings on Kingdom Hearts, gameplay and whatnot. Definitely a very easy game to play. I can play this game, I just choose not to play it. I have made my way through the entire game by myself. I usually do have her play like big boss battles because I have trouble with big boss battles. But yeah, it is a very easy game to play. It's very child friendly. There's nothing graphic about it. There's no graphic language. Yeah, just really bright, very colorful, entertaining characters and interactions. Yeah, you get to be with all your favorite Disney characters. And then us, when we started this game, we had no idea who the hell any of the Final Fantasy characters were, but we ended up really loving all the Final Fantasy characters. So yeah, you don't have to be a Final Fantasy fan at all to play Kingdom Hearts, at all. I mean, I think the big thing is just Disney, as long as you kind of are familiar with Disney. And yeah, you get to go to megatons of different worlds. You get to go to Wonderland and Tarzan's Jungle and Neverland and the Colosseum and Hercules. You even get to go inside Monstro the Well from Pinocchio. And I think one of our favorite worlds is probably Halloween Town from A Nightmare Before Christmas. Interacting with all of the various different Disney characters is probably one of the funnest things. Donald and Goofy are your partners in crime for the whole experience. But you also can have characters like Tarzan and Aladdin and Jack Skellington and the Beast as part of your group, and that's kind of fun because they all have very different abilities.
And there's something fun about hearing them thank you in their character voice. I don't know, especially Jack Skellington's always my favorite when he thanks Sora for giving him a potion or something.
Lots of different interesting little side games to play as well. One thing is searching for all, 99 puppies? Or is it 100 puppies?
99.
Yeah, you gotta look for all 99 missing puppies, so you get a little obsessed trying to look for all the Dalmatians throughout the game.
And I think the best part is like going to the Colosseum, because there then you run into even more characters, because look how many Hercules characters you run into just playing the tournament games and everything. Kind of more characters in that than some of the other ones.
The game, I think, is heavily targeted to a male audience, kind of a little boy, teenage audience, but we're both girls. We enjoy it just fine. I mean, it is kind of a little, I don't know, it is a little annoying because it is so male dominated. The game is so male dominated, and all of the women are pretty much relegated to the background, and you're basically saving all of the princesses. That is the big thing going on in this game, is that Maleficent, she has some grand plan. It's really complicated if you've not played the game. And she's collecting all these various different Disney princesses so she can open up some portal. And so, yeah, basically all of the popular Disney princesses are in this game, but they're all unconscious and they're being used for this plan. And Sora basically has to rescue them, and they're all basically damsels in distress. So, yeah, feminists. We all probably are a little frustrated with that aspect of the game, how male dominated it is, but still, we're both women. We liked playing the game, even though it is very male oriented and very much targeted at teenage boys. I think the overall dialogue and story of this game is very well done. Like I said, it is very child friendly, targeted towards a male audience. I think it's fine for what it is. Sometimes it can get quite a bit cheesy. It does get quite a bit cheesy.
I like the cheese.
The big themes going on in this game it's mostly about friendship and courage and bravery and whatnot.
You talk about it being more towards a male audience. Well, I think they did that for the first game, but then I think that they found that there was way more of a female audience, because Kingdom Hearts does have, I feel like, Kingdom Hearts was first geared towards males.
And then I think they realized,
really.
And then I think they realized that there was a strong popularity among women who liked playing the game too.
Yeah.
So I do think they kind of changed it a bit, not a lot, but a bit for the second one.
There are some minor and major differences between just the normal Kingdom Hearts and then this remix version. One of the things is that Donald and Goofy seem to die a heck of a lot more in this remix version, when they weren't really that bad in the original. Until you get their special weapons, do they become better fighters and everything. And then, like, they don't die at all, because then once I got to the final stuff, like the bigger worlds, then they were fine. And then another thing is that now there's some new enemies who drop these new items to synthesize with, which they are stones. So now you have the annoyingness of having to go and fight these new enemies who are way more annoying and difficult to get the special synthesis item. And then there's some special cutscenes, and several of them are featuring Riku. Of course, there's no voice with any of them because they were filmed afterwards, like way after the original, so nobody's voice would have matched up anyway. So Riku's got some little bit of filler into his story.
Kind of explains some of the little pieces in between his story that you're always kind of questioning.
Yeah. There's also a new boss to fight, and this boss is featured in the other Kingdom Hearts games, and we won't say who it is. And there was a new cutscene for that, which kind of helps tie in
Kingdom
the
Hearts
other
1 and
games.
2.
Yeah, it helps tie. It makes Chain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2 make a little more sense by just adding this character in there to fight. And then there's also a new cutscene after you have defeated Sephiroth. There is a cutscene with him and Cloud. It's cool. There's no talking really, but it's just cool.
Yeah, just to get into some random things. What's one of your favorite worlds? As far as like gameplay and stuff.
Well, I think my favorite world is Halloween Town.
Yeah.
But also Coliseum, like I said, because there's a lot of fun things to do at the Coliseum, and there's something different every couple rounds, there's something new to do over at the Coliseum. But yeah, the Halloween Town's my favorite. I like the idea of being able to interact with my favorite characters.
I like all of the worlds fairly equally. I think they're all very well done, and the graphics and design, and then just the enemies you encounter and whatnot.
Though I would say Hollow Bastion has like my favorite enemies, though, because they have the defenders and the, are they pronounced wyverns or however they're pronounced? So they have some of my favorite enemies to battle, so I just like going there to encounter them for the first time and everything. Plus it's really pretty there.
Yeah, Hollow Bastion is a very expansive world. There's a lot of building there going on.
Confusion. Yeah.
It's huge.
If you go the wrong way, you go the wrong way for a
Hollow
long time.
Hollow Bastion is probably the most extensive, especially with gameplay. You go all over the place. It's very long because a lot of the worlds, especially early on in the game, like when you go to Wonderland, for instance, yeah, it's very straightforward gameplay and very short gameplay. So yeah, the further you kind of get into the game, the longer some of the gameplay gets, and yeah, much more extravagant and extensive.
Though in Hollow Bastion, half of it is a dead end, but still, sometimes it takes a couple doors to get to the dead end, so if you went the wrong way, then you're doomed, because then you got trapped.
Something I really liked, because, you know, we don't get to see a lot of this in the movie, I kind of liked being in the Cave of Wonders in Aladdin. I mean, I don't think they had the entirety of the Cave of Wonders, because I think the Cave of Wonders was supposed to be really huge, and I don't think you got anywhere near the scope of kind of how it is in the movie. But still, it was cool to kind of be in there, because you only get to experience the Cave of Wonders for a very small portion of the movie. But yeah, I think that's all we have to discuss for Kingdom Hearts, the very first game. Like I said, have you guys played the game? If so, let us know so we know that our ramblings weren't just random. We would like to talk with other people about Kingdom Hearts if you're big fans like us, and your favorite worlds and characters and just your overall opinions on the gameplay. And did you get this 1.5 remix, and what did you think?
I want to point out that I am a Kingdom Hearts master. By defeating all the bosses, big crazy bosses that there is. For the last 15 years of my life, I've been trying to defeat Sephiroth, and I finally did it the other day.
She finally managed to conquer every single element of the game.
Yes. At this point, though, we're going to get the ultimate weapon, or the ultimate weapon. We've gotten it before. We've gotten the weapon before, but we haven't defeated all the bosses. But now all the bosses are defeated, and it's amazing.
So would you guys like to hear our thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 2? We're thinking about maybe talking about Kingdom Hearts 2, but we're not going to sit and talk about any of the other games in the middle. So yeah, if you would like to hear us talk about the second one, let us know below. So that's it for this video. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys liked this Disney Rewind, you may like these other Disney Rewinds. Bye guys.